My girlfriend spiraled out of control, from sudden paranoia and delusions to destroying her room, getting dragged to the emergency room, and ending up in a psych ward while I helplessly watched it all unfold. I've always prided myself on being a strong, level-headed man. Life throws punches and I take them. I don't let emotions get the best of me. But this time, I felt empty, helpless, lost. My name is Daniel and my girlfriend, Anna, and I have been together for a little over 4 years. She's my best friend, my soulmate, and the person I always thought I'd marry. She's beautiful, ambitious, and passionate about her career as a teacher. We've always been solid. Our love is deep, our bond unshakable. Sure, she had some anxiety, but it was nothing we couldn't handle together. At least, that's what I thought. Over the past 2 months, everything changed. It started when I got back from a month-long work trip. At first, it was subtle. Anna seemed more anxious, on edge. She was exhausted from dealing with her toxic coworkers, trying to get certified for her teaching endorsements, and constantly butting heads with her strict, overbearing parents. But then things got weird. She started accusing me of things that didn't make sense. One day, she told me she thought I was selling her data with her coworker. Another time, she accused me of cheating on her with her own mother. At first, I thought she was just stressed and overthinking, but the paranoia kept growing. She stopped sleeping, stopped eating properly, and spent hours doom scrolling on her phone, convinced that people were out to get her. Her parents started calling me, worried sick. Her friends reached out, asking if I'd noticed something was off. Of course, I had. But I had no idea what to do. Then came the mood swings. One minute, she'd be happy, affectionate, planning our future together. The next, she'd snap at me over the smallest thing, lashing out like I was her worst enemy. I started feeling like I was walking on eggshells. Anything could set her off. By early March, she started medication, but she wasn't taking it properly. Some days, she skipped it entirely. Other days, her parents panicked and overcompensated by giving her too much. And soon, Anna was barely Anna anymore. Then came the trip to Orlando. I planned a mini vacation to visit her brother at UCF, hoping the change of scenery would help. Instead, it was a complete disaster. The entire car ride was one long argument. She was convinced she was about to get a job with an F1 esports program, even though it was just a course. She truly believed she controlled Twitch algorithms and F1 statistics. Every time I tried to ground her in reality, she'd lash out. When we finally arrived, she snapped at me over everything. But just as suddenly as she got mad, she'd be perfectly fine again. We had a nice dinner, played games, and for a moment, I thought maybe she was turning a corner. I was so wrong. The next morning, she woke up already furious. Her paranoia had reached an all-time high. By the afternoon, we were supposed to go go-karting with her brother, but instead, we had a brutal fight. And then she tried to break up with me. She told me I was draining her energy, that my presence was making her sick, that she couldn't take it anymore. And for the first time in my life, I broke down crying in front of her. I don't cry, ever. But that day I did. And I think seeing me break down pushed her even further. That night, she had a full-blown breakdown. She started shaking uncontrollably, foaming at the mouth like she was having a seizure.
Then she ran.
She literally bolted away from me and her brother in the middle of the night, running like something was chasing her. I chased her down, terrified she was going to hurt herself. When I finally caught up, she started saying she needed to turn herself in, that she had committed a crime, but she didn't know what crime. At that moment, I realized I was completely powerless. I somehow got her back to the hotel, but I barely slept. I kept replaying everything, wondering how the hell we had ended up here. The next morning, we drove home. For the first half of the trip, she seemed calm. Then, out of nowhere, she started deleting things from her phone. She messed with her settings, disabled her SIM card, and then started blaming her parents for sabotaging her life. That night, when my mom asked what was wrong, Anna snapped at both of us. That's when I finally broke. I told her, "Something is seriously wrong with you.
This isn't you."
She just looked at me, completely calm, and said, "Worry about yourself. I'm fine." I don't know if I've ever felt pain like that before. The next morning, her mom picked her up. I felt hopeful that things would improve. I was wrong again. That afternoon, Anna had a total breakdown. She trashed her entire room, screaming, crying, breaking things. Her parents had no choice but to call 911. She was taken to the ER and then transferred to a psychiatric hospital. For the first 24 hours, I had no idea where she was, if she was okay, if she had eaten or slept. I couldn't visit. I felt like my heart had been ripped out of my chest. On day 2, I finally saw her. She seemed normal again because she had refused her meds. On day 3, she started taking them again. That's when I got a call from her, and she sounded completely out of it. Loopy, slow, sad. I nearly cried in the hospital lobby asking the nurses if she'd be okay. By day 6, they let her go home. And that's when the real recovery began. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder with psychotic features. The doctors explained that the stressors in her life, her job, her family, our trip, had triggered her first full-blown manic episode. It wasn't something I could have stopped. It was something that had been waiting to explode. At first, it was rough. The medications had side effects. She felt numb, tired, and like she had lost herself. We had long, painful conversations about what this meant for our future. But slowly, she got better. She found the right medication balance. She started therapy. She got a better job with less stress. And for the first time in months, I saw glimpses of the woman I fell in love with. And you know what? I still love her. There was never a moment where I considered leaving. Even when I was exhausted, broken, and questioning everything, I never stopped loving her. Because love isn't about the easy times. It's about the moments that test you, break you, and make you ask, do I still choose this person? And every single day, I still choose Anna.